gut feeling, I'm going to say Trip It. This is a difficult one for me. It's 100% Trip It. On paper, it looks like something which you go, bloody Trip It. I will say skip it.
Okay, welcome to Tripping or Skipping. This is YouTube exclusive after show from the podcast. We've had lovely Pete from Theme Park Roundup on the main podcast. If you haven't heard that already, please do go check it out. And he's very generously hung around now so we can interrogate him a bit more. Thanks, Pete. Where can people find you on the internet?
How will you find me on the internet? Well, on all the wonderful usual channels. Theme Park Roundup on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter as well. Or you can follow me directly if you want on INV_Pete on the Twitters. Stuff.
Nice. What content can people expect on INV_Pete on Twitter?
A load of absolute rubbish. It's been quite enjoyable. Bit of trains related stuff, bit of work related stuff, a lot of theme park, a hell of a lot of old employer bashing. That's exciting. But yes, they're all quite good. And then maybe some links to my TikTok adventures whenever I can be asked to do
Definitely. You sleeping topless on sleeper trains and that kind of thing. It's something for everyone, isn't there?
There really is. That does link to my premium content, which I have mentioned earlier. My OnlyFans is available.
Fantastic. So what we're going to do, Pete has no idea what we're going to kind of read out. We've got 6 attractions around the world. We're going to spring on Pete. We want to know his gut reaction. Is he tripping it or skipping it? So, and then maybe get a little kind of his further thoughts and ponderings on why he kind of has that reaction to these places. Is that okay, Pete?
Yes, I hope I know where they are or what they are.
Okay, then let's go. Let's go for it.
Awesome. So, Pete, triple or skip it, Walibi Belgium.
Walibi Belgium is 100% Trip It nowadays. Yes, it's an up-and-coming park. Well, it's been around for ages, hasn't it? But for some reason, the owners, CDA, have suddenly realised it does exist, and in the past 5 years have decided to pump loads of money into it. So now it's become, from a park which you probably would never have wanted to go to something which is well worth visiting all the time. Get an annual pass for it.
I was going to say, Pete, do you have an annual pass for Walibi Belgium?
I do indeed. It might be expiring in mid-April, which might be why I've got a trip planned to go to it, or booked in even.
Have you got just Walibi, or have you got Walibi and Aqualibi?
I will be doing Aqualibi in the evening as well. Park shuts at 6, Aqualibi shuts at 8. There's plenty of time to get some Death Trap rapids in.
Yes. The best rapids in the world.
Yes. Particularly if you come out alive after being drowned about 700 times.
I genuinely thought Stu was going to interject with, yeah, definitely the best rapids in Speedos.
Well, it goes without saying, Pete's pronounced it Aqualibi. We've always said Aqualibi, haven't we, Jay?
Yeah.
All these years, just like a
revolution. All these years, we've been saying like Liseberg wrong, so
we have, yeah.
I'm happy to be corrected. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know whether mine's right. I'll just say because it's Wallaby to me. So Wallaby, Aqualibi.
It makes sense. It makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. Wow, we've learned so much today.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Let's do it. So, Pete, trip it or skip it? Heide Park.
Heide Park. On paper, it looks like something which you go, bloody trip it. I will say skip it. Ooh, yes. Just to elaborate on that one as to why. So obviously, if you look on paper, you're like, wow, it's got like 6.
I think we should leave it there, Pete. I can't imagine that has any contractual problems for you at all. That's He's skipping it. He's skipping Heide Park.
I wouldn't even go on a magic pass.
Sorry, go on. What was it? Skip it.
So as I say, on paper, it's got like 6 roller coasters, some B&M, all that kind of stuff, 2 B&Ms, and it looks quite pretty in certain ways, but unfortunately it's one of those ones where the opposite of Walibi, the owner's kind of forgotten that it exists as a park, so they haven't put any money into it, and it's basically falling to bits. Operationally, on my most recent visits, have been completely dire. Say about 300 people per hour on their wing rider, which should be getting at least 1,000 on 2 shuttles, but you know, it's just not a well-loved park, and because it's in Germany with so much more competition, it should be a hell of a lot better. So don't bother, and particularly don't do it straight after visiting Hansa Park.
Yeah, I did that trip last year. I did Hansa Park, Heide Park, and Hamburg Dom as well. Obviously it's good because the Hamburg Dom's probably on because they have like free a year, so it's probably on if you're going to Hamburg. Worth doing, but yeah, definitely we did them that way around. We did Heide Park first, and we're glad we did them that way around. It's a skip it for me, actually. Spoilers if you haven't seen. I've already done a whole trip it and skip it video for that park. Similar feelings.
So Pete, let's move on. Contractually, I need to. Trip it or skip it. Ride to Happiness.
If I said 10 years ago, it would be 100% trip it. Nowadays, I am old, and that's a kind of ride which will like to prove that you are old. So yes, it's going to be a skip it for me. I will happily stand on the side and watch everybody and be like, in 10 years' time, all of you are going to bloody regret getting on this. But you know, it's a one and done for me. Unfortunately, it looks amazing, but I really don't want to have another Charles Lindbergh on my hands.
Oh, Stu, you've got a friend.
Yeah, me and Pete can set off with the bags.
Whilst I'm getting another cocktail for the queue.
Yeah. It does exactly the same to me. It gives me a twinge down the right-hand side of my head. My brain starts melting. I want to go on it so much because it is an incredible roller coaster. I completely get why everyone loves it. But yeah, my body just goes, no, you're too old.
Oh.
I need to do is look at it now, and it's like, get yourself on Height of the Ride. Just stay on that all day. There we go.
It's just me queuing for it though with all the kids. It's a bit awkward.
So Pete, next one, trip it or skip it, Efteling.
Oh, that's a difficult one. Gut feeling, I'm going to say trip it. This is a difficult one for me because as much as all the Dutch people absolutely adore Efteling, and it's like a righteous passage, they get born into the world, and the first thing they do is, right, okay, you need to riot on Sundays and you need to visit Efteling, and that's all you do, and have a bloody good time the rest of your life. Unfortunately, it feels very much like a local park, which we are all very much aware of. So you go down and you're like, oh, operationally, it feels very much like this place. And it's got a couple of thrill rides, but they're not really for me. Joris is quite decent. I could sit on that all day. But apart from that, you know, but I would say trip it because it's still a nice place to go. Did I say trip it?
Yeah, and if you say skip it, there'll be a riot.
Yes. Yeah,
if you say skip it, you're going to say trip it.
Have 100 comments in your channel straight away. How dare you say anything bad about our beloved park, which all of us have visited about 700 times.
We know, because when we try and go, it's always bloody busy.
So, Pete, trip it or skip it for Vampire at Chessington.
Oh, this is back in the olden days now. This is young me, 15 years ago, working on Vampire, being a platformer, as they called it back then. trying to undo those seatbelts as it's racing in, breaking your fingers, running across the track in front of them, hanging on the back of the truck as it leaves the station. All those kind of things that would get you instantly fired nowadays. It's a trip it just for nostalgia reasons. But I haven't been since they've changed the music. So in my head, I've still got the old music, being able to sit on the nice bass speaker, which was just by the dispatch button or the enable button. You just sit on that, hearing it rumble or feeling it rumble. But yes, I haven't listened to the new music. I don't want to. I don't want to ruin my lovely nostalgic memories.
So only visit with like big ear defenders, so you can't hear.
Yeah, I go there. I don't look up. I don't look at the ceiling because you have to do that in these kind of parks. They don't do anything with ceilings anymore. Anything which used to exist on the ceilings have been ripped down for safety reasons or something like that. So don't look up and you don't listen. And it's like writing it 15 years ago. The memories.
This is like me in Oblivion. I can't go. I have to be put under a blanket, so I can't see anything. I'm just like put into seat like I'm a costume ghost or something. So, otherwise, I will have a breakdown. Yeah. Horse blinkers.
Just say, welcome to eternal darkness again, please. There's nothing wrong with eternal darkness. Everybody enjoys eternal darkness.
So, Pete, last one for you. Trip it or skip it, Tivoli Gardens.
Gut feeling is trip it. There's not much there, but what is there is absolutely beautiful, and particularly the surrounding areas of Copenhagen. 100% go and visit it, particularly over the summer where they'll have just constant concerts and stuff like that on there. So there's lots to watch and relax and enjoy. The B&M's not very good, but you know, the rest of the park, lovely. Trip it.
There's some scandalous opinions here. Some
I
really
like
salty
B&M.
takes.
We're going to need another meeting, Stu.
Just end it now. Bad Marvin Damon.
Has it really got rattly and shit? We're going in April, so we're going to find out.
It's okay. You know, you go after the lift hill and you're like, well, hey, this is not, and then it's just like, what's the bloody point? Just I may as well be walking around the park.
Oh my god! It replaced like the Hornet.
Oh my heart.
Oh well, with that, thank you, Pete, for coming on and insulting us all with your salty takes. It's been a lot of fun, actually. I hope it was fun for yourself as well.
Yeah, it was good. Thank you very much for inviting me on. Appreciate it.
No problems, anytime. Thank you at home for watching. If you have enjoyed this, please give it a like. If you want to see us do more of these with other guests, let us know in your comments below. You know, the usual thing, like, comments, share, subscribe, all that jazz. All that jazz that helps us on YouTube. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Matt and Jay, as well, for helping out, as always.
No problem. Anytime.
About once a month, is that right?
Yeah.
Good times, good times. Thank you, guys. And remember, until next time, stay safe on the way out and back. We did it. We did it.